Breaking news flash. This is a special Morning Jews flash.
Yes, Jews flash.
Heather is in transit. This is our debut of our in transit Morning Jew special.
I'm a literally wandering Jew.
She's literally a wandering Jew, cosmopolitan because she's in Oakland. Kind of rude. No, she's not rootless though. She's rooted. But we're here because an amazing thing happened. Mika Brzezinski, as I like to call her, but that's not actually her name. Mika Brzezinski. She's the co-host of Morning Joe, the NBC show, which she co-hosts with Joe Scarborough, former Republican congressman. And as she's going to break, she goes,
the U.S. Surgeon General is calling for immediate action to stop the rise of skin cancer. He'll explain why the new cause for concern. Keep it right here on Morning Jew. Joe.
Morning Jew.
Keep it right here on Morning Jew. Joe.
Look, can you believe she said that, you guys?
She didn't even credit us. She didn't credit us.
Come on.
Now, what I started thinking as soon as our fans alerted us to this was that, okay, she's clearly a fan. She watches the show.
By the way, it was Harry Weiner is one of the tippers. Thank you, Harry.
Thank you, Harry. And thank you, Rennie Cushing, big anti-death penalty activist, by the way. Then what happened, even more fascinating or even more surprising, is that the following day, Joe Scarborough, longtime pro-Israel.
I've always been like 100% supporter of Israel.
Never says anything bad about Israel.
The joke in Congress was anytime I wanted a key to the city of Tel Aviv, I could, get a gold-plated one.
Way to shatter the stereotype of Jews being all about jewelry and gold. In front of Heather Gold, you're going to say that? Oh, he didn't know you were watching. And he starts criticizing Israel.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, this is asinine.
Ooh.
For indiscriminate violence and indiscriminate bombing.
He called what was going on in Gaza, the amount of civilian deaths and the way they're going about it, asinine.
Asinine, yes.
This continued killing of women and children in a way that appears to be indiscriminate is asinine.
And
I didn't even know any Republicans knew that word.
Yeah, who knew? Now we know. We learned a lot. But then this had even bigger repercussions. So once I heard that, Heather and I were both like, obviously he's seen our show Morning Jew, and he realized this was bad for the Jews. He said it's bad for Israelis what Israel's doing.
Of course, it's tragic for the Palestinian people. It is bad for the Israeli people.
Now, not only do they watch our show, they're influenced by our format, is it good for the Jews or not? They're using that, and they're influenced by our opinion, and they've started to see how you can be pro-Israel and also not a hawk on Israel, right? So they've learned a lot from us.
They're taking all our stuff.
Joe and Mika, we're waiting for your apology. Also, Joe and Mika, Heather is a jurist. I want you to know, I'm not usually litigious, but I feel like there needs to be some copyright acknowledgement of the Morning Jew title.
Yeah.
And Heather is prepared to file suit and represent herself and represent Morning Jew. That would be amazing.
How about that?
How amazing would that be?
I'm going to be, only to you, Katie, I'm going to be 1997 about this, 1996. It's good etiquette to link.
Yeah.
You got to link.
Just
to
give us a
credit
link. Throw us a link.
You got to acknowledge where your stuff comes from. It's disrespectful.
Right.
It's rude.
Right. We're waiting for your thank you, and we're waiting for an invite to be on the show.
Yes, we are. And first of all,
Morning Joe
you might need some Jews on your show. First of all, it's Morning Jew is us, and everybody involved with this show. And if you really want to talk about what's good and bad for the Jews, you need some of this community. And I will say, it's a goyish show.
It's a goyish show. They need to put their finger on the pulse of the Jewish community, and they can do that by inviting us onto the show and going like this.
Yeah, and some on-screen eating while we do it.
Yeah, we got to have some nosh. But
we're a little ripple that's going into a big pond.
And you know what this ripple led to? I'm gonna call it, and I'm just gonna say there was a ceasefire.
Very recently, it just happened.
Just happened. We just saw a ceasefire. True. I'm gonna say Joe Scarborough speaking at Israel may have pushed Israel over the edge into ceasefire territory where it's not usually very comfortable, and that is all because Morning Jew, people like me and Jew, and all of our fans, friends, loved ones.
The Morning Jews.
The Morning Jews. Jews and non-Jews.
All of our Jewers, if you will.
Our
and
Jewers.
Just a reminder for us, if you've seen a bagel, you're Jewish to us. It's a very inclusive view.
Yeah. I'm a little bit more hardline. I like to say you have to have ingested one.
You're hawkish. You're hawkish on that.
I'm hawkish on that. It's the one thing I'm hawkish on, yeah.
Well, it's very exciting. I just want to say Mika and Joe, You should have us on. We'll bring some Danishes.
It'll be good for the Jews, right? If they have us on.
It will be. We'll teach you a little, like a little Yiddish thing. We'll have it out. And also because when have we been in agreement with Joe Scarborough?
Exactly.
When we see Joe at the anti-war rally, we'll let him know.
Yeah.
How we're
exactly.
feeling.
When we see Joe in a keffiyeh, when we see him wrapped in a keffiyeh.
You know what?
What?
This has not been Morning Joe. We want to let you know it's not Morning Joe at all. We're honest about that.
Oh, right.
This show, when we sign off, we sign off.
Oh, good. We don't say good morning, Joe. How are Joe? No, we say how are Jew.
That's right.
Next time we sign off, we're going to say, I will see Joe next week and see how they feel.
But you know what? I'm thrilled that there's been any more push to make things a little bit more reasonable to anybody who's against violence. Thank God. I mean, the murdering is not making anyone safe.
No, not good.
From anybody.
Right.
So this week, ceasefire, great for the Jews.
Great for the Jews, great for the Palestinians.
Thank God. Stop the killing.
Yeah.
Stop the Mishigas.
Stop the Mishigas,
exactly. And Morning Joe, not crediting Morning Joe.
Right.
Great that he's influenced, but, you know, do the right thing,
Do the right thing, Joe. And Mika. Mika was conflicted. Her subconscious was speaking. That's why she blurted out Morning Jew. But yeah. All right. Well, I will see you next week.
Yes, I'll see you later. We'll be back here next week with Josh Gondelman.
From the John Oliver show.
From last week tonight.
Yeah, last week tonight. This week tonight. This week. Tomorrow,
I sound like
tomorrow.
an old Jew.
I know. So do I.
From,
we're like a chorus. We're a duet. It's good.